Student, welcome to special web series for SSC student for all boards. In this standard, we are going to learn a quadratic equation, the complete chapter. This video deals with the complete the quadratic equations. All topics covered in this video are: number 1, general form of quadratic equations; 2, roots of quadratic equations; 3, methods of solving quadratic equations; 4th, nature of roots of quadratic equations; 5th, forming the quadratic equations; last, and which is the best, that is the application of the quadratic equations. So when we learn the topic, especially quadratic equations, at that time you should know the which topics are covered in this chapter. All this chapter we are going to learn in this video. I think you are ready. Let us see the quadratic equations. First we are going to see what is the general form of the quadratic equations. The general form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers with a not equal to 0. Because when you take a equal to 0, then the first term, that is x square, will be cancelled. There will be no term which having the highest power as 2. So student, there must be present x square term whenever the equation is in the variable x. This is very important. So the condition is a not equal to 0. B may be 0, C may be 0. Let us see some example, then you can understand this very well. We are going to see the examples. Example number 1, that is x square plus 6x plus 8 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Why? Because here you observe the variable x square showing the highest power as 2. And so this is quadratic equation. Now second equation. Now look here, x square minus 11x equals to minus 10. This is also quadratic equation because highest power of the variable is plus 2. Now see the third example, x into bracket x plus 2 equal to 5. When you simplify this equation, you get x into x. See carefully, this x, when you open the bracket, multiplies to this x, then you get the x square term as like as above example. And so this becomes a quadratic equation. Now fourth example, which is in the variable y. Y plus 1 upon y equals to 3. Now student, when you see there is a 1 upon y ratio form term, though we observe here there is no square term in the variable y, but this is quadratic equation because when you multiply throughout this equation by y, then this denominator y will be cancelled and then first term becomes y square. Let me told to you what will be happen after multiplication by y. First you get y square plus 1 equals to 3y, and that will be the quadratic equation. So this is the example of quadratic equation. Means in quadratic equation we only observe the terms which contains the variable, the highest power must be plus 2. Now fifth. Now see in fifth example, x plus 3 bracket square equal to 7. When you expand this x plus 3 bracket square, at that time you get the square term. So this is quadratic equation. This you can follow very well. Next example, m square minus 3n equals to 9. This is the quadratic equation in the variable m. And now 7th x square equal to 9. Now 8th one 2x minus x square equal to 13. So in this way we have seen the examples of quadratic equation. The general form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Keep in mind. Now let us see the general form of the quadratic equation, how to use that. Write the following quadratic equations in the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. This question is very important. Let's see first example. X square minus 11x equal to minus 10. This example we have to write in the form x square plus bx plus c equal to 0. For that there is need to shift this term to the left of equal sign. That is, as in the general form you observe, to the right there is 0 and to the left all these three terms, if these are present, you have to keep to the left. So shift only this minus 10 to the left, and so you have the change, that is the answer. And so answer is x square minus 11x plus 10 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation. Now see the second example. In second example, x into bracket x plus 2 equal to 5 is given. You have to convert this in the general form. And for that there is need to multiply the bracketed term, that is x plus 2 by x. So we get x into x, x square. See carefully. This x into this x, product will be x square. Then next plus sign, x into 2 is 2x. Shift this 5 to the left, so you get minus 5, and right hand side will be 0. So now this is a quadratic equation in general form. So this is the answer. Now third example. X minus 1 bracket square equal to 2x plus 3. Now this we have to write down in general form. First you have to do the square of the bracket x minus 1. So you have here to the left hand side x square minus 2x. See carefully, first term square minus the product of these two terms, that is x and minus 1. So you get minus 2x and plus the square of the second, that is plus 1, equals to 2x plus 3 is as it is. Now this is not also in general form. So shift these two terms to the left and go on simplifying. So what we have, x square minus 2x plus 1 minus 3 equal to 0. Now this 2x was plus to the right, comes to the left for subtraction. Similarly, this 3 was plus to the right, comes to the left for subtraction, and to the right there will be 0. Now do the simplification of these two terms, and so you get x square minus 4x minus 2 equal to 0, because plus 1 minus 3 get minus 2, and so this is now in general form. In this way what we learn? We learn how to convert the given, these was the given equations, in general form. Now what is the meaning of the roots of the quadratic equation? This is the next topic. What is the quadratic equation? Roots of the quadratic equation. The values of variable which satisfies the given quadratic equation are known as the roots of the quadratic equation. The values of x, y, p, q, whatever that variable used, if you substitute that value and there is a satisfaction of the quadratic equation, then we say these are the roots. This is the criteria. So by the definition, let us see first example. x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0 have roots x equal to 2 and x equal to 3. We only first see when we substitute x is equal to 2, then what happened? For that, let us see the put x is equal to 2 in the given equation. So take the first LHS. This was the LHS to the given equation, that is x square minus 5x plus 6, and RHS is given to you 0, but we are not going to take the RHS side. We are only putting x is equal to 2 in the left hand side. So where is the x? There we are going to put 2. So here is x square, so we are writing here 2 square, minus sign minus 5 as it is 5, x that is 2, so plus 6 is as it is. And you know here you have to take the product of 5 and 2, that is minus 10, and 2 square you have to do, that is 4. So the next step is 4 minus 10 plus 6. Now next you are going to add these two, 6 and 4, you get plus 10 and that minus 10. Now the next step 10 minus 10 you get, and that equal to 0, and this is 0 calculation of the left hand side by putting x equal to 2, and this calculation is equal to the RHS which was given to you, and hence we say that x is equal to 2 is one root of the quadratic equation. Means how 2 number or 2 as a value become root of the quadratic equation, that we have followed. In the same manner, x is equal to 3, this one you can show that is the root of the quadratic equation. Now on this topic there is a question. The values of variable which satisfies the quadratic equation is known as the root, and for that we have taken this one example. In that case we are going to put now x is equal to 3. When you put x is equal to 3 to the LHS, what you have here? See, x square means 3 square minus sign as it is, 5 as it is, x means 3, we are writing this value in bracket, and plus 6 as it is. Means above where was the x, we are written 3. Now do the simplification. 3 square is 9, 5 into 3 15, and then in the next step we are going to add 6 and 9, you get 15. Now 15 minus 15 you get equal to 0, that is nothing but equal to RHS which was given to you as 0. So what do you say, student? Can you say that x is equal to 3 is the root? Yes, x is equal to 3 is the root of the quadratic equation because it satisfies the given quadratic equation. In this way, I think you have followed what is the meaning of the roots of the quadratic equation. There are maximum 2 roots to any one quadratic equation, correct? Now we are going to determine whether x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to 3 are roots of the quadratic equation x square minus x minus 2 equal to 0. This is the same question as we have to determine is it minus 1 and 3 are the roots. For that what you have to do? You have to put x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to 3. If LHS and RHS are equal, then you say that it is a root. So let us see, put x is equal to minus 1 in the given equation. The given equation is having the LHS x square minus x minus 2 equal to 0. Always keep in mind you have to take this one left hand side only, not the right hand side. And now put where is the x, you have to put minus 1. So the next step is minus 1 bracket square minus minus 1. Now see carefully, this was the minus sign given to us, and here we are substituting minus 1, so there is need to give the bracket to them, and so you have your minus 1 bracket completed. Next minus 2. Now minus 1 square will be plus 1 and this minus minus will be plus 1. So let's see the second next step, that is the 1 plus 1 minus 2. Now 1 plus 1 will be 2. So next step, 2 minus 2 gives you equal to 0, which is equal to RHS, and that was given to equal to 0. So we say that here x is equal to minus 1 is the root of the quadratic equation. Means by putting x is equal to minus 1, we get LHS and RHS are equal. That is, the equation is get satisfied by minus 1 value. So we say minus 1 is a root. Now we are going to put x is equal to 3 in the same that equation. So what happened? You have to take LHS, put where is the x, you have to put x is equal to 3. So you get 3 square as 9, 9 minus 3 minus 2. Now you have here 4 equal to 4, 9 minus 3 is 6, 6 minus 2 is 4. Now this is not equal to the RHS which is given to you as 0, equal to 0. So in this way LHS and RHS are not equal. Therefore we conclude that x is equal to 3 is not root of the quadratic equation. Means we verified this is not a root because LHS and RHS are not equal. In this way we have seen is it the root. Now we are going to see methods of solving quadratic equations. Now there are 3 methods going to use for solving the quadratic equations. Now first one is known as factorization method. Second is completing square method. Third is formula method. All these 3 methods are used to solve the quadratic equation. All these 3 methods we are going to learn in this video. Now let us start for the first one, that is the factorization method of solving quadratic equation. In that method there are 2 types. First type is what? Let us see. Solve by using factorization method, x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now in this type, as we compare this with the general form, the coefficient of x square term is 1 and we are not worrying about what is the value of c and b, and so we are saying this is the type 1 and this we have to solve by factorization method. Now in factorization method what you have to remember, first you have to see the what is the coefficient of x square and that into the constant term, that is the 6. You have to take the product of that 2 and so you get 6. Here 6 you have to split in such a way that you have addition of that 2 factor as a coefficient of middle term, that is the 5. So we have factors of 6 as 6 ones are 6, 2 3s are 6. Between these 2 types of factor you can observe 3 2s are 6, that is 3 and 2, that 2 factor gives you sum as 5, as which is the coefficient of the middle term. So we are going to take the factors as plus 2 and plus 3 because 2 into 3 you get 6 and 2 plus 3 you get 5. Addition of these 2 factor is 5 and multiplication is the constant term, that is plus 6. So we are going to split the middle term now. This is the second step. As I have told, 6 you have splitted into 2 factors as 2 and 3. That is useful to write down the middle term for splitting the term. That is 5x splitted as 2x and 3x. You get now 4 term to the left. Let us take x common between these first two terms, x square and plus 2x. So you have x outside, inside you get x plus 2. Here you have to take the number common, because in these two terms the only first term contains the variable, second term contains the constant, that is the number. And so we have to take the number common between these remaining two terms. Let us see what is the next step. Now, as I have told, here x square contains the x into x, that can be written as x inside bracket x plus 2. This x is outside now and bracket completed, plus 3 number as constant. This x inside the bracket and 3 2s are 6. So we have here 3 into bracket x plus 2 bracket completed equal to 0. Now here there are two terms only. This is the one term, this is the second term. Between these two terms you observe the bracket x plus 2 is common between these two terms. That can be taken as a common factor. So in the next step we get x plus 2 in second bracket, this one x and plus 3 equal to 0. So you know the product of two brackets is 0. Its meaning is that anyone must be 0, then the product will be 0. So first you will be write down x plus 2 equal to 0 or x plus 3 equal to 0. Now open the bracket, you get same thing, that is x plus 2 equal to 0 or x plus 3 equal to 0. Shift this plus 2 to the right. So in the next step you get 0 minus 2, that is minus 2. Simply, so directly I have written here x is equal to minus 2. Similarly, shift these 3 to the right, you get minus 3, that is you have x is equal to minus 3. In this way we have two roots, x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to minus 3. And we can write the roots of the given quadratic equation are minus 2 and minus 3. In this way, solving the quadratic equation by factorization method, nothing but obtaining its roots. Now see the second one example. In the same manner, x square minus 15x plus 54 equal to 0. This we have to solve using factorization method. Now as I have told you, you have to first see the coefficient of x square. If that is 1, take directly constant term, that is 54. Now factorize 54 in such a way that, and take that two factors in such a way their addition must be the coefficient of middle term. That is here 27 2s are 52, 54, but 54, 27 and 2 does not giving the addition as minus 15. So that pair we can't take. So the pair should be what we are going to see, minus 9 and minus 6. Because 9 minus 9 minus 6, the product is plus 54. And the addition of minus 6 and minus 9, you get minus 15. So I have splitted the middle term as minus 9x minus 6. Instead of this minus 15x, we are written in this next step as minus 9x minus 6x plus 54 and x square. These two extreme terms are as it is. Now there are four terms. You have to take the common factor between first two terms and this one last two terms. So let us take the x common between the first two terms. So what happened? You get x into bracket x minus 9. Why minus 9 only? Because this x we are written outside the bracket. And here x into x, x square, x into minus 9, minus 9x. Now in the next, these two terms contains the 6 common. So minus 6 This sign as it is you have to take, always keep in mind. Here is minus, you have to give the minus sign here. So 6 into bracket you get x minus 9. You know that minus 6 into minus 9 you get plus 54. So as you simplify this you must get this, and if you simplify this you must get this. In the same manner we are going to take x minus 9 here common between these two terms, because these are two terms. So in the next step you have x minus 9 first bracket, second bracket, x minus 6 equal to 0. As you know the rule, product of two bracket will be 0 or product of two number will be equal to 0, any one of must be 0. So you can say x minus 9 equal to 0 or x minus 6 equal to 0. Now open the brackets, write the steps and shift that number minus 9 to the right, you get x is equal to 9. Similarly, or you get x is equal to 6. In this way we get two roots as 9 and 6 of the given quadratic equation. In this way, in the factorization method, last constant term we have splitted in such a way that their two factors addition is the coefficient of the middle term, and here was minus 15 as a coefficient of middle term. Minus 9 into minus 6 you get plus 54. So we have completed this one factorization method by type 1. Now we are going to see the what is the type 2. In type 2 the question is solved by using factorization method. 5m square equal to 12m plus 15. Student, always keep in mind when you are solving the quadratic equations by factorization method, the equation may be given in various form. Various form, that is, that will be not in standard, that is the general form, like the ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Though that is not in that form, you have to first write down the given quadratic equation in our standard form. That is 5m square minus 12, 22m minus 15 equal to 0. Now your observation here, coefficient of square term is not equal to 1. There is 5. These 5 and last constant term, that is minus 15, both of them gives you product minus 75. And now minus 75 numbers factors you have to take in such a way that their sum must be minus 22, which is the coefficient of the middle term. So we are going to choose the two factors, that minus 25 and plus 3. Why minus 25? Because minus 22 we require as a coefficient of middle term. So we get here minus 25 plus 3, that is minus 22, and product of plus and minus you get minus 75. In this way we can split the middle term like this one. So the next step, 5m square and minus 15 as it is, and minus 22 we have split up like this, minus 25x plus 3x. Now the next step, take the common between first two term. Here you can take the 5m common. Here should be m and here m. Keep in mind. Now 5m into bracket m minus 5 plus 3 into bracket m minus 5 equal to 0. So we get the factor as m minus 5. Second factor 5m plus 3 equal to 0. Product of these two is equal to 0. So we say m minus 5 equal to 0 or 5m plus 3 equal to 0. So opening bracket you have steps, and now shifting that minus 5 to the right you get m equal to 5, and lastly you get m equal to minus 3 upon 5. In this way, by factorization method we have solved this equation, and we have values of m as 5 and minus 3 upon 5. Yes, this was the very simple method. Have you followed? Now let us see Another one more example to understand more easily. 2y square plus 27y plus 13 equal to 0, that we have to solve by factorization method. Now 13 twos are 26. Why I have taken 2? Because there is no 1, so we have to take the product of this coefficient of y square term and the last one constant term which is to the left, and then we have to take the product. Now 26 factors we have to take such a way that their addition must be 27. Simple thing, 26 ones are. So we have splitted the middle term 26y and plus y. Keep in mind, though here is 1, I have not written here 1 because in maths we when write down the only variable at that time coefficient is always 1 here, and in this case we are going to take the 2y common between the first two terms. So 2y into y, 2y square plus sign as it is, 2 into 13 you get 26 and y is outside. Now in the second two term you get the 1 common. 1 into bracket this one y plus 13 bracket completed. In the next step you have to take the y plus 13 common, and in second bracket you have 2y plus 1. Product of these two factors is 0, so any one factor must be 0, that is y plus 13 equal to 0 or 2y plus 1 equal to 0. Now open the brackets, you have steps. Now next shift this 13 because we have to find out only y, so we are going to shift this 13 to the right, so you get y equal to minus 13 or you get y equal to minus half, because this one goes to the right will be negative and the 2 will be for multiplication to the left, that goes to the right for division, so you get minus half. In this way the roots of the given quadratic equation are minus 13 minus half. Now we are going to see the second one method of solving the quadratic equation. We have learned factorization method. Now we are going to learn, that is, completing square method. Completing square method is very important method because you have to do the square of the terms which contains the two terms. Now for that I am going to take one example. Solve by using completing square method. X square plus x minus 20 equal to 0. There are some rules to solve such type of equation. As this given equation is in general form x square plus bx plus c equal to 0, first you have to shift this constant term, that is minus 20, to the right. So the first step is I have shifted this minus 20 to the right. So to the left we have two terms, that is x square plus x. Now we are going to find out third term to the left for the square, making the square. So third term is equal to, formula is 1 half into coefficient of x bracket square. 1 half is the formula to calculate the coefficient, calculate the third term. So we have 1 half into coefficient of x is 1 and its complete bracket square. You have here 1 half simplification and its square will be 1 upon 4. Now so this 1 upon 4 number, that is third term, you have to add in both the sides. So this is the next rule, you have to add third term on both sides. So adding, you get x square plus x plus 1 upon 4 to the right up here. If you consider this 120 and plus 1 upon 4, means we have added here 1 upon 4 on both sides. Now left hand side, this one becomes a complete square of the bracket x plus 1 half bracket square. First term square this one, product of these two and its twice you get x, and the second term square, that is 1 half square, is 1 upon 4. So we can write down here complete bracket square. So we are saying this is completing square method, means we have completed square here to the left. and equal to, you have addition of fraction and integer, that is 4 into 20 80 plus 1, you get 81 upon 4. Now you have to take the square root on both sides. To the left hand side we are going to write down x plus 1 half as square root, and to the right hand side we are going to take both the square root at positive and negative. And you know that square of the positive and negative number is always a positive, and so we are going to take the both the cases. So we have step x plus 1 up taking square root equal to plus or minus 9 upon 2. 9 is due to 81, its square root, and 2 is due to the square root of 4, and so we have plus or minus 9 upon 2. Therefore you get x is equal to minus half plus or minus 9 upon 2. Means you have to shift this plus 1 up to the right, you have this one. Now in the next step we have here denominator same, that is 2. You can have to the numerator minus 1 plus or minus 9 upon 2. Now split this as a twice, that is first you have to write down minus 1 plus 9 upon 2, or you get minus 1 minus 9, means this one sign minus sign divided by 2 is as in both the cases. So we have first one simplification, 9 minus 1 is 8 upon 2, and second one minus 10 upon 2. So see the step and do the simplification. 2 4s are 8, so you get x is equal to 4. 2 5s are 10 with the negative sign minus 5. In this way we have here x is equal to 4 or x is equal to minus 5 as the roots of the given quadratic equation. So this was the completing square method. In this method, first rule is what? Shift the constant term to the right, find the third term, add that third term to both the sides, and taking the square roots and going on finding the x. So this was the steps. You can follow very easily. Now we are going to see the second type of this one method. In this method, second type is due to the coefficient of square term, that is not equal to 1, and here is 2 they have given. We have to solve this by completing square method. 2y square plus 9y plus 10 equal to 0. So what we have here, see, I have to write this one equation, shifting this 10 to the right and dividing by 2. Then what we get? Dividing by 2 you get y square plus 9 upon 2 y equal to minus 5. And due to that we are going to find third term, 1 up into coefficient of y bracket square. You know here coefficient of y is 9 upon 2. So we are equal to 1 up into 9 upon 2 bracket square. You know that 9 ones are 9, divided by denominator will be 4, and its square is 81 upon 16. This third term we are going to add in both the sides. So see, this was the equation that we have written, and to the left 81 upon 16, to the right minus 5 plus 81 upon 16. Now left hand side becomes the square of the bracket, that is y plus 9 upon 4 bracket square. 9 is due to 81, 4 is due to 16. You have to take the square root of this one, and so we have here y plus 9 upon 4 bracket square equal to, simplification of these 16 5s are minus 80, and this plus 81 gives you 1 upon 16. Now next step is what? You have to take the square root on both sides. So I have written taking square root on both sides, we get here y plus 9 upon 4 equal to minus plus or minus 1 upon 4. Shift this plus 9 by 4 to the right, and now you have to write down this taking the coefficient denominator same. You get here numerator minus 9 plus or minus 1 upon 4. Now write this 2 times, that is minus 9 plus 1 divided by 4, or y equal to minus 9 minus 1 divided by 4. Only split this as two terms, first taking plus sign, secondly taking minus sign. Now do the addition of numerator, that is minus 9 plus 1 minus 8 divided by 4, here minus 10 divided by 4, and go on simplifying. So we have here y equal to minus 8 upon 4 or y equal to minus 10 upon 4. 4 2s are 8, so minus 2 here with negative sign, and 2 2s are 4 and 2 5s are 10, minus 5 upon 2. In this way we have obtained the values as two roots, that is minus 2 and minus 5 upon 2. In this was the second type of the solving the quadratic equation by completing square method. You can do the in the same manner the other examples. Now student, we are going to see the third one, which is very important, always comes in examination for solving the quadratic equation by formula method for 3 marks. There are also two types, as we consider first one coefficient of y square and coefficient of y square equal to 1 or not. And so first one method we are going to take example 5x square minus 4x minus 2 equal to 0. This we want to solve by formula method. What are the steps? First you have to write down the quadratic equation. Now compare that equation with the ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. If the given equation is not in that form, you have to write down in first ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 form. Then comparing, you get the values of ABC. Here you get a is equal to 5, b is equal to minus 4, c equal to minus 2. Correct? After getting, you have to find out the value of the discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac. Now keep carefully in mind, whenever there is minus sign to any one ABC, at that time you have to give the bracket carefully. Here b square means minus 4 square, middle sign due to the formula minus 4, a means here 5, and c means minus 2. Now this minus sign and this minus sign here is product, so we are here plus 40, because 4 5s are 20, 22s are 40, and minus 4 square 16, so you get 56 as a value of b square minus 4ac. Now in formula method we are going to now write down the roots of quadratic equation by formula. X is equal to minus b plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now we are going to substitute the value. Minus b was minus 4, that directly I have written plus 4, because minus minus gives you plus 4. Plus or minus sign as it is under root 56, because this is the value of discriminant, that is the b square minus 4ac, and divided by 2 into 5, because a is 5. So we have substituted value in the formula. Now we are going to simplify this one. You know 5 2s are 10, that you can simplify, and 56 is this one number you have to split such a way that you have the square root of the one number as. And so we have the step x is equal to 4 plus or minus under root 4 into 14, because square root of 4 can be taken as 2 outside the root sign. So in the next step we can write 4 plus or minus 2 into root of 14 divided by 10. In this way you get this one. Now to the numerator, here is 4 and here is 2. Between the numerator you can take 2 common, and so you have step x is equal to 2 into bracket 2 plus or minus under root 14 divided by 10. Now simplify, means do the simplification. 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10, so you get in the next step x is equal to 2 plus or minus root 14 divided by 5, and you have to write down these two values separately with the one first time one plus sign, second time minus sign. Then you get the two roots. So the roots of the given equation are 2 plus root 15 upon 5, or x is equal to 2 minus root 15 upon 5. So this was the first example of the formula method. You can use this formula to solve any one quadratic equation. Let us see the Second one example, which is a simple example, x square plus 6x plus 5 equal to 0. Here coefficient of x square is 1 and this is in standard form, that is x square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So directly we are going to compare this equation. We get a equal to 1, b equal to 6, c equal to 5. The value of b square minus 4ac is equal to 6 square minus 4 into 1, that is a, and c is 5. So you get 6 square 36, 4 5s are 20, and with negative sign minus 20. So 36 minus 20 you get equal to 16. In this way we have value of b square minus 4ac as 16 only. Now we are going to write down the formula, the roots of quadratic equation by formula. Formula you have to keep always in mind. You have to learn this by heart. Then going on substituting the values, you get x is equal to, here is minus b, our b was plus here, and so directly minus sign as it is, minus 6 plus or minus under root 16. 16 is the value of b square minus 4ac which we have calculated above. That we have substituted only here, and 2 into 1 because a is 1. So in the formula we have substituted value. Now in the next step what you have to consider, you have to simplify, that is taking the square root of 16 and product of 2 and 1. So in the next step you have here x is equal to minus 6 plus or minus 4. See again why here we get plus or minus 4, because the square root of 16 is plus or minus 4. And now you have to write down these two times with the plus or minus sign. First you write minus 6 plus 4 divided by 4 or divided by 2, or x is equal to minus 6 minus 4 upon 2. Now numerator calculation you have to do. Here you get minus 2 divided by 2, or here minus 10, because minus 6 minus 4 you get minus 10 upon 2. Now more simplification, 2 ones are 2, so you get x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to minus 5, because 2 5s are 10 with minus sign minus 5. In this way we have here the roots of the given quadratic equation are minus 1 and minus 5. So this was the second type, and in that type, why we say second, because here the coefficient of x square was 1. In this way formula method is very important. Steps are what? See again. First compare the equation, then find the value of b square minus 4ac, write the formula, substitute the value and go on simplifying, you get the two values. So it was very easy and also fantastic. I think you can follow very easily. Now we are going to see the nature of roots of quadratic equation. Student, what is the nature of the roots of the quadratic equation? That we can determine by considering the value of the discriminant delta. What is the delta? Delta is a symbol used to the formula b square minus 4ac. Means for this calculation they have denoted the letter delta. If this delta value is 0, then the roots are real and equal. This is the conclusion. If this happens that equal to 0, then roots are real and equal. Second thing is what? If the discriminant delta is greater than 0, then the roots are real and unequal. Third thing is what? If the delta value is less than 0, then the roots are not real. That you can follow very easily when we take some example, because when the value is equal to 0, discriminant value is 0, roots are real and equal. Greater than 0, real and unequal, and delta less than 0, we have roots are not real. These are the conclusion, or that is we can say the what is the nature of the roots of the quadratic equation. You know that quadratic equation have always maximum 2 roots, and that 2 roots how they are real, equal or unequal or not real, that we can determine by considering the by calculation of the value b square minus 4ac, that is the delta, and that is the concept that we are going to apply. For that we are going to see the question, determine the nature of the roots of the following quadratic equation. First one example is x square minus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation given to you. Its nature you have to determine. Means, are the roots real or not real, equal or unequal? That we are going to determine. For that, what you have to do, you have to compare that equation with the ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Here you have a equal to 1, b equal to minus 4, c equal to 4. Why? Because directly you can compare and you get the coefficient of x square as one value a, b coefficient of value, that is here minus 4, and c is constant, that is 4. And then calculation of b square minus 4ac minus 4 bracket square minus 4 into 1 into 4. Now minus 4 square is 16, minus 4 fours are 16, 16 minus 16 you get equal to 0. Now here the given value is equal to 0, that is the delta value you calculated as equal to 0. So we have conclusion the roots are real and equal for the quadratic equation. In this way we have stated the nature. Nature is what? The roots are real and equal. Now see the second example, which is in the variable m square plus 2m plus 9 equal to 0. This is the second example. Compare this with the general form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Here a equal to 1, b equal to 2, c equal to 9. And then we have to calculate what is delta. B square minus 4ac, that is 2 square minus 4 into 1 into 9. Now 2 square is 4 and minus 4 nines are 36, and so 4 minus 36 you will have value minus 32, and that is negative value, and so less than 0. This conclusion you have to write down here with the symbol, that is less than 0. Means delta is less than 0. So what we say, the nature of roots, the roots are not real. This was our conclusion. Now in the same manner we are going to see the third example, 2y square minus 7y plus 2 equal to 0. Now comparing this with the general form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. A equal to 2, b equal to minus 7, c equal to 2. Now you get delta is equal to b square minus 4ac. Now b square, that is minus 7 square minus 4 due to formula into a, that is 2, and into c 2. Minus 7 square will be equal to plus 49, and 4 fours are, because 2 twos are 4, 4 fours are 16 minus 16. Subtraction you get here delta value 33, which is greater than 0, that is positive value you get. And so what we say, the roots are real and unequal, surely, because the value of delta is greater than 0. In this way we have seen the nature of the roots. See the fourth example, 3m square minus 5m minus 2 equal to 0. Here a equal to, you get 3, b equal to minus 5, c equal to minus 2, b square minus 4ac as a discriminant minus 5y square 5 square minus 4 into 3 into minus 2, because c was minus. Always give the bracket to the negative number, and then going on simplifying, minus 5 square you have 25, and here 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. So we get here delta equals to 25 plus 24, that is equal to, addition gives you 49, which is greater than 0. And greater than 0 means what? The roots are real and unequal. In this way we have seen examples how to determine the nature of the roots. You can follow all these examples very easily, because typically what is the step 1, that is comparison with the general form, writing the value of ABC Finding the value of delta, see the delta is greater than 0 or equal to 0 or less than 0 and write the conclusion. It's very simple, correct? Let's now go further. Use of symbol to the roots of the quadratic equation. Now you know that there are only two roots to the quadratic equation. If you compare them, then let us suppose that first one is denoted by alpha letter, second one is denoted by beta letter. As you have learned formula, in that method we have two roots, between that plus one root, that is this one plus sign I have considered, and to the plus we are given the name as alpha. Similarly, let us suppose beta is equal to minus b minus under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Means if this is the one root, this is the another one root, at that time we are going to take the addition of these two roots. Addition of these two roots gives you minus b upon a. Minus b upon a, that is the coefficient of x term, divided by coefficient of x square. And similarly alpha into beta, that is product of these two roots, you get c upon a. When you multiply these two, after simplification you get c upon a. And now by considering addition of roots and product of roots, we can form the quadratic equation. So the quadratic equation in terms of alpha and beta is x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta equal to 0. Now we again come to the previous knowledge that as we are learned in the factorization method, I have told you constant term you have to split in such a way that the factors of that constant term must be gives the addition of the as a coefficient of the middle term. And that is why, so due to this, that was their concept we have used. Already we have learned this one. If you followed that factorization method, factorization means nothing but the splitting the last term in two factors in such a way that their product must be the last constant term and their addition must be coefficient of the middle term. And now we are going to see example over this. If you have known x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 3 are the roots, then how will be the quadratic equation? Yes, is it the correct? Then the quadratic equation will be by this formula x square minus alpha in bracket alpha plus beta x plus alpha into beta equal to 0. You are putting the value of alpha as 4, beta as 3. So it 4 into 3. Let's see what happen here. You get x minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0, because 4 3s are 12 and here plus 4 plus 3 you get minus 7 here, minus sign due to the formula. So when your quadratic equation this one and there is a question factorize using the solve the quadratic equation using the factorization method, at that time you will have the answer as x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 3. Are you getting what I say? If we factorize this one, you have roots x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 3, because these are the reverse step in the factorization method. Now we are going to form the quadratic equation when roots are given. If the roots are minus 3 and minus 7, then what will be the quadratic equation, and write the quadratic equation. For that, let us see. Here alpha is equal to minus 3, beta is equal to minus 7. We know the quadratic equation formula is x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta equal to 0. Putting value you get x square minus 3. Now here very important thing you have to keep in mind, here is minus 3, beta is minus 7. Due to plus sign I have taken here minus because given sign is minus 7. So here you have to do the addition of minus 3 and minus 7 will be minus 10, and outside is minus sign, that will be plus, and here product will be also plus. So in the next step you get x square plus 10x plus 21 equal to 0. So we learn from this example, when roots are negative at that time, equation is having all the sign positive, that is all terms are positive. At that time your roots will be negative. So in this way we get the quadratic equation whose roots are -3 and -7 as x square plus 10x plus 21 equals to 0. Second one more example, so you can understand very well. The roots are 4 and -1. Now answer alpha equal to 4, beta equal to -1. We know the quadratic equation is this one. Substituting the value. Where is the alpha? There is 4, beta -1. Here is alpha 4, beta is -1. So we have substituted and then going on simply 4 -1 here to write down here 3. Outside is minus sign, so -3x. Your product will be minus. And so you have the last step, that is x square minus 3x minus 4 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation whose roots are 4 and -1. Surely when you use the factorization method, you should have answer like this one. So how the roots we get and how the equation form, that we are learned very well. Now the last topic, very important topic, application of quadratic equation, verbal problem. Student, you know that when we study any one topic, its application is very important. Applications may be very in different field differently. By considering quadratic equation in our mind, then we can solve daily life problem using that equations. There are different types, that is the example on ages, example on areas, example on numbers, examples on numerical calculation. All these examples on figures, examples on triangle, like that. There are so many applications. Between that, we are going to see the one application for the age of the persons. The example is the product of the product denoting the number of Pragati's age is 2 years ago and 3 years hence is 84. Then find her present age. What they are saying, the product of the number of Pragati's age is 2 years ago and 3 years hence is 84. Find the present age. Student, you always keep in mind when there is a verbal problem, at that time what you have to find out, that you have to first assign as a variable. We have to find out the present age of the Pragati. So let us write down the answer. Let the present age of Pragati be x years. Now read the first line, the product denoting the number of Pragati's age 2 years ago. Ago means minus, that is subtraction sign. So before 2 years her age will be x minus 2 years. Second one, that is the hence 3 years hence her age will be x plus 3, and the condition is that the product of these two is 84. So we get a product of x minus 2 and x plus 3 equal to 84. And you know that this is the quadratic equation. When you solve this one, you get quadratic equation and then you can obtain its roots, and that will be the answer of our problem. So let us do the product. X, first multiply by x to the second bracket, that is x plus 3. So you get x square minus 2x and plus 3x minus 6 equal to 84. Now in the next step, what our aim is? Our aim is to solve this quadratic equation. So shift this 84 to the left. So we get here x square plus x minus 6 minus 84 equal to 0. Addition of minus 2x plus 3x, you get plus x, and minus 6 minus 84. In the next step you get x square plus x minus 90 equal to 0. Now this is like a general form. Now you can use directly factorization method. So you have to split minus 90 in such a that their addition of that two factors is plus 1. So it's very simple. 10 ones are 10 nines are 90, and then you have factor as x plus 10 and x minus 9. You can write down the directly factor whenever the coefficient of x square is 1. At that time you can write directly. So here we have x plus 10 into x minus 9 equal to 0. As the product of these two bracket is 0, any one of must be 0. So we can write x plus 10 equal to 0 or x minus 9 equal to 0. So you get x plus 10 equal to 0 gives you x is equal to minus 10 or x is equal to minus 9. Now student, but x is what? X is Pragati's age, and that is present age, but that cannot be negative, and so here you should have directly here should be plus 9, and so our answer is what? The x is equal to minus 10 is unacceptable, so x is equal to 9 here is the present age of Pragati. That was the answer. So in this way we have applied quadratic equation to solve the ages problem. Now we are going to see one more problem which is on the numbers. The problem is what? See, the sum of the squares of two consecutive even natural number is 244. Find the numbers. Keep in mind here what you have to find the numbers. What type of numbers? Two consecutive number which are even natural, means number should be consecutive. This is the first condition. Second is number should be even. Third is natural number. All these are condition, and their square of their sum of the square of their addition must be 244. So we can say it depends on quadratic equation because there is a square. And so let us first assume that the two even natural consecutive natural numbers as x and x plus 2, as by the condition their sum is 244, and so we have here the equation square of first term x square, second term that is x plus 2 bracket square, the sum that is addition is equal to 244. Read the sentence, and this sentence is satisfied this equation. Sum of the squares of two consecutive, sum of the squares of two consecutive, that is x and x plus 2, is 244. That we are going to solve. First you have to do the square of this one. Square of this one is x square plus twice of product of these two terms as the term 4x, and second term square, that is 4, is equal to 244. So in this way x square we have 2x square and 4x as it is plus 4 as it is. Carry this 244 to the left, so you get minus sign, and equal to you get 0. Now in the next step what you can simplify, only doing the addition of this plus 4 and minus 244, and so we have here 2x square plus 4x minus 240 equal to 0. You observe each term is divisible by 2, so dividing by 2 you get x square plus 2x minus 120, because dividing by 2 you get here 1, here you get 4, 2 2s are 4, so 2x, and here minus 120 equal to 0. Now you have to use the factorization method to solve this one. It's very simple. You can find out the factors of 120 so that you get the addition of that to factor as plus 2. You know, 12 tens are 120. So we have factor as x plus 12 first bracket, second bracket x minus 10 equal to 0. Now the product of these two bracket equal to 0, so any one must be 0. So your next step, x plus 12 equal to 0 or x minus 10 equal to 0, you get x plus 12 equal to 0 or x minus 10 equal to 0. Gives you x is equal to minus 12 or x is equal to plus 10. Now you are here. See here, x is what? X is natural number. But can you say minus 12 is natural number? No. So minus 12 is not acceptable. So you can write down here x is equal to minus 12 is unacceptable. So acceptable value is x is equal to 10. So first number is x is equal to 10. Second will be x plus 2, that is 10 plus 2, that is 12. In this way the required two numbers are 10 and 12. You can verify. How? We can verify, that is the number 10 and 12. 10 square plus 12 square equal to, addition is 100 plus 144. 10 square 100, 12 square 144, addition is 244. So the problem was created by considering this in mind. That is these two 10 and 12 are consecutive natural number, and the square of sum of the squares of their addition is 244. So in this way you can verify your answer is correct or wrong, though you are solving the verbal problem. Now student, we are going to see one more application which is on the numbers. See the example number 3. If 460 is divided by a natural number, the quotient is 6 more than 5 times the divisor and the remainder is 1. Find the quotient and the divisor. Always read the verbal problem 2 or 3 times so that you can understand each and every condition. Now condition is, who is divided by whom? 460 is divided by natural number. What is the quotient? Quotient is 6 more than 5 times the divisor. And what is the remainder? Remainder is 1. Then what you have to do? We have to find out the quotient and the divisor. So that let us first see the answer. How? Let the divisor be x. And the quotient will be what? 5x plus 6. This you should first understand very well, because in the line they have given quotient is 6 more, that is added 6, 5 times, that is 5 into x, the divisor was x, so 5x plus 6 is our quotient. And then you know that by condition, that is the formula, that is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. In this formula we have dividend is equal to 460 and our divisor is x, quotient is 5x plus 6 and remainder is 1, that we have substituted here. Now this becomes a quadratic equation, because when you simplify this, so if you open this bracket you get the square term. So what you get, see here, 460 is equal to 5x into x, 5x square, 6 into x, 6x plus 1. In this way, now going on simplifying, that is shift this 460. So you get here 5x square plus 6x minus 459 equals to 0. Now here coefficient of x square is 5 and every term is not divisible by 5. So we can't do directly by factorization method, but we can have here the splitting of the middle term, that is 6x, like 51x minus 45x. So in the next step you have to take the common 5x, and in bracket you get the 5x plus 51 first bracket, second bracket, x minus 9 equal to 0. After simplification you got this one. Then you will be say that x minus 9 equal to 0 or 5x plus 51 equal to 0, because anyone must be 0, then that gives you product equal to 0. So first x minus 9 equal to 0 or 5x plus 51 equal to 0 gives you x is equal to 9 or x is equal to minus 51 upon 5. Student, what was your x? Your x is divisor, and divisor cannot be negative or fraction, and so avoid this, or this is not acceptable. So we accept only x is equal to 9, and so we have here divisor is equal to 9 and quotient is equal to 5x plus 6, that is 5 into 9, that is 45 plus 6, that is 51, that is the quotient. In this way our quotient is 9, quotient is 51 and here divisor was 9. You can verify your answer is correct or wrong. For the verification, see 460 is equal to 9 into 51, that is 459, and plus 1 you get 460. Now see here 51 how you get here, because 51 is nothing but the 5 times the divisor. 9 5s are 45 and 6 more plus 6, that is 51. So in this way that condition is satisfied here, and You know that 9 into 51 is 459 and plus 1 you get 460. So in this way the answer is correct by our verification rule, and you can verify every quadratic equation in such method. Student, I think you have followed all the types of application. Please subscribe my channel if you like this video, and comment on this video. Press the bell icon for the notification of upcoming videos, because if you comment on it, if you subscribe my channel, then I can give you more and more types of such type of videos on every chapter with complete explanation. So guys, bye.